Good evening, and welcome to the news. We begin with a shocking breaking story out of where a violent incident at an abandoned warehouse in the early hours of this morning has left authorities baffled and a police officer mysteriously missing. Here's what we know so far. At approximately midnight, police received a report of gunshots in a wooded area near an abandoned warehouse. 2 officers responded to the scene and encountered a chaotic and disturbing situation. According to initial police reports, they observed 3 deceased individuals and 1 armed individual who appeared to have gone mad. However, during subsequent investigations, only 3 bodies were accounted for, including the armed individual, leaving authorities puzzled about the discrepancy. 2 of the confirmed victims had been fatally shot. Authorities believe the individuals in the warehouse were involved in illegal drug activities. As the officers entered the building, they confronted the armed individual, who was actively firing a weapon. The officers took cover behind the crates, but during the exchange, a bullet pierced one of the crates, releasing a cloud of the unknown narcotic powder. Tragically, some of the substance entered the mouth of one officer, who collapsed unconscious almost immediately. The second officer began feeling unwell and called for backup. When a 6-officer backup team arrived, the situation escalated further. The armed individual turned the gun on himself, ending his life before he could be apprehended. The backup team quickly evacuated the unconscious officer to an EMT vehicle, and he was transported to treatment, accompanied by 2 officers. The remaining 4 officers, along with the second officer from the initial response, secured the scene. Investigators, including drug experts and detectives, were called in to analyze the warehouse, where they discovered the 5 crates of the unidentified substance and a pile of men's clothing consisting of a shirt, jeans, shoes, socks, and underwear that appeared out of place. The investigation is ongoing to determine the events leading up to the police's arrival and to clarify the confusion surrounding the number of bodies initially reported. In a stunning twist, the officer who was exposed to the narcotic and admitted to the hospital vanished overnight. Hospital staff reported that during a routine check at 6 a.m., the officer was gone, leaving only the clothes he was wearing when admitted. Security footage from the hospital hallways showed no evidence of the officer leaving his room, and the room's window remained untouched. Authorities are at a loss to explain his disappearance. We now go live to our reporter, Felix Keller, who is at the warehouse with Sheriff Meckenberg, the head of the police department. Felix, what can you tell us about the situation there?
Thank you, Janet. I'm standing outside the abandoned warehouse where this tragic and mysterious incident unfolded. Sheriff Meckenberg, thank you for joining us. Can you provide an update on the investigation and any insights into the officer's disappearance?
Thank you for having me. This is a deeply troubling case, and we're working tirelessly with our investigators and detectives to identify the substance found in those crates behind me and to understand the sequence of events that led to this tragedy. Regarding our missing officer, we're extremely concerned. The fact that there's no trace of him on the hospital's security footage is baffling, and we're collaborating with hospital staff to uncover any clues. We don't have answers yet, but we're committed to finding them.
Sheriff, with the scene here still active and so many unanswered questions, including the corrupted body cam footage, are there any theories about how the officer could have vanished without a trace?
At this stage, we're keeping all possibilities open. We're analyzing the substance he was exposed to and looking for any potential witnesses, but it's too early to speculate. The corrupted body cam footage is a setback, but we're relying on the audio.
Police Department.
Shh.
And other evidence to piece together what happened. Our focus is on locating our officer and ensuring justice for the victims found here.
Thank you, Sheriff. Janet, the mood here at the warehouse is somber as investigators continue their work. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Felix, for that report. This is a developing story, and many questions remain unanswered as the community grapples with this unsettling incident. We'll continue to bring you updates as new information emerges. For now, that's all for this evening's broadcast. I'm Janet Grace. Thank you for joining us. Good night.